guys, welcome back to One Mic Radio. Today we're going to be interviewing people off the app Meet Me, where we're going to get individuals' views on 2020 and where they see 2021 going. It's for them and for the rest of us. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Hey y'all, we with our first guest. Her name is Forbidden. She's up there in the Louisiana state, I believe. But how you doing, love?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. So, since you're my first guest of the day, I want to ask you a question. 2020,
Sure.
2020. How was it for you, in general?
In general, I mean, it was a good year. I had my ups and downs. I had my challenges, some obstacles.
What about how did you get through it? I mean, we had the corona. You had a horrible president doing all kinds of shit. You had a stimulus check. You had people getting evicted, even though we had some kind of protection plan. People were still getting evicted. Like, how did you deal with that? 'Cause I know you probably knew somebody that was affected one way or the other. And did you catch corona, or do you know somebody that caught it?
One, glad I didn't catch corona. I did get tested, so of course that was the negative. Thank God. I know a few people actually that got evicted with the COVID and getting less hours and things like that. To me personally, being that the world was all experiencing this,
Yeah.
I feel personally that nobody should have got evicted. Everybody finances was shaky up and down, from business owners to just people just working in general. I didn't actually really like it. Far as in like the president,
Yeah.
he's human, and we all make different choices. I feel like
We
he
tend to
didn't
forget that
handle
though.
up well.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
True. I think we tend to
I
forget
feel
that we are human and we do make mistakes. But I mean, there's that excuse can only go so far. Like, you have to know this person has no moral compass at all. Like, he really had no sense of others, in my opinion.
I mean, I agree with that. Also, I mean, he treat America like a business. He known for a business. You
True.
know,
Failing businesses, and
you know,
lawsuits.
but
Failing businesses and lawsuits. And that man did say he was going to run this thing like a business. He did say that.
he
So
said
y'all
that.
can't really be mad at him.
And you can't, because in the beginning he said, they said, how are you going to take care of America? He did say he was going to grab America by the pussy.
He sure
And
enough
guess what he
did.
did? And guess what he did?
He grabbed
He
that bitch by
fucked us really good.
the.
You know what? I would have to say,
He did.
I enjoyed the fuck, because guess what?
What?
He was giving money and money and money, and all I was doing was stashing.
He
You know what I'm saying? So
he didn't give him.
I,
Wait,
I,
wait,
I'm
wait. You said he was giving money and money and money. He only gave one stimulus check.
I'm not talking about that. For the individuals that knew how to get the grant, and for the individuals that knew how to go around things,
True.
it was good for us. I feel like he was trying to open up a little bit of doors for individuals to get money and things like that, as far as like people that got linked. Thank God. Do you know, by the way, I'm sorry,
No,
but
go
I
ahead.
don't mind putting my business out there.
Okay.
Listen, I applied for Link, and guess what?
What?
They approved me.
Oh shit.
I was excited. I was really excited.
Wait, don't you? Wait,
Okay.
what was Link?
Now,
What's Link? I never heard of that one.
that American Express card.
I
That's
didn't
what they
know that.
call it. So, look,
Ain't
check
nobody
this
tell
out.
me nothing about that.
Look. No, nobody told me anything. I just took the pandemic, and I'm like, I wonder if my black ass can get it. Look,
So what they give you?
they
Well, I mean,
approved
how
my
much they
black
gave you
ass.
though? Like, what was it? Do you have to pay it back or?
I don't know if I got to pay it back. I hope I don't got to pay it back. But they only gave me $300. But it was something.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, dang, you really worked your way
I
around.
hope
That was
I
pretty
got to pay
smart
it
though.
back.
I really hope. Did you read the fine print?
You know what? I didn't read the fine print, but I think because of the pandemic, I
Yeah.
think they was helping everybody.
Okay. So I don't know that they're just gonna put it on the back end of your taxes personally. That's how I feel about it. Um, but as far as like, did it when this pandemic hit, when this year hit, did it hurt you financially? I mean, as far as your job is concerned, like, did you have to work at home, stability?
Um, because like I do more private, it didn't really affect me like it affects someone that actually has a set schedule. I made my schedule, so it was a lot different. It just really affected me because I took care of like seniors. But I had backup.
Okay.
I had backup.
So what about those people that were really irresponsible with their money when they got their stimulus check? They was out there splurging and buying whatever, and now that
They
they
was up
got to
there
pay
buying
their rent,
Gucci.
they was up there buying Gucci. Now that you got to pay that, oh, I'm sorry, not pay that back. Now you got to pay your rent because they got rid of that protection, and now you're getting evicted. Now it's like, well, we need help. Like we helped you. You're supposed to take that money and pay your rent. So what do you say to those people now being evicted because they splurged that or didn't invest it or put it away? Like, what do you say to them? Dang, really?
Check this out. I know somebody that got like 20,000 from unemployment.
Ooh,
20,000 for unemployment. Now 20,000 is it's not a lot of money. Maybe for us, but 20,000 when pandemic had hit is something. Why you won't pay your rent? You know what I'm saying? And then you got people that that probably got that type of money that calling you for money. To be honest, that's irresponsible. And I'm not trying to be okay. Maybe I shouldn't say it like that. I'll say it like this. Mostly the people that got all that money and that was irresponsible,
yeah.
not being racist, I do apologize, were black people and they wasn't doing what they was supposed to do with that money.
True, true, true. What do you think they should have been doing?
Not just paying their rent, but paying their rent up for a couple of months. As far as in utilities, you could pay them normally. But far as I feel like they should have been investing and putting into something where a good use. Having that old shit money. I really think they should have been smarter with that money.
I hear you on that.
Even though the stimulus was given,
Yeah.
it's attached to it. You better come back so we can finish. Y'all like my Bluetooth?
Go ahead.
But yeah.
Sorry guys, we had technical difficulties right there for a hot second. But now that we caught up, we're in the middle. Now we're gonna get to the elections. Now that they said Biden won multiple times over. They had to recount multiple times over. This man just kept winning and kept gaining. Now, what's your opinion on this first black vice president woman? There's been a lot of changes in 2021. But before we get to that, I will say this about Trump. He has done a great job in exploiting every loophole that he could in this law. I mean, our Constitution and our amendment. So they know what they need to go fix. They know exactly where they need to go fix. Now, the Republican people, they mad as shit. Now, we going to fix these holes. Now, y'all can't use these things against us no more. Or to enrich yourself anymore. So I will say he did a great job in showing people, hey, this ain't working.
I feel like Trump. Now I don't agree with everything he did, but I feel like he opened a little bit of doors and was exposing people.
Yeah.
Little by little, I feel like he was doing things. I also feel like yes, he said some things as far as when it comes, blacks and things like that. I just feel like um I feel like it was his time to be in the office to get people on board to wake you up. I feel
Racism
like
to show you that racism's still alive and well.
not only that, but also in a blink of an eye, your world can be changed.
That's true. That
You
is
know,
true.
in a blink of an eye.
Dang. But that is true. So let's go ahead into the other question I have for you. The first black vice president. You think she's a good choice? Given her history and her background, and she moved through the ranks extremely fast. You gotta admit, 4 years district attorney, 2 years senator, and now she moved quick. She moved quick.
I, I just feel like it's her time. I don't know her personally. I feel like it is good for. I have always wanted. I'm like, if a woman was in the office, I feel like things would run smoothly. Now that's just my opinion because I feel like women, you have the men, but you have that woman like backing them up, being that backbone.
Yeah.
I feel personally, I feel that she's humbly. When I watch her on certain things, I feel that she's humbly. I feel that she got that hood in her still.
Okay.
I can tell. You know what I'm saying? I can see that. I had watched about some protesters, and she was on there, and the protester had like charged at her. Literally, the guy charged at her, and this was she like the whole time. She like, it's good, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I pay attention to that. Also, I just feel like it's our time. You
I
know,
hear
it's
you.
it's, it's her. I feel like she's gonna assist her man in what needs to be done, and I feel like he gonna listen to her. You know, I feel like it'll also open up the doors for a lot of people. Now I know a lot of people have said like she put a lot of blacks in jail and things like that. I'm gonna be honest. If you do the crime, you're gonna pay for the time. Don't
Ye-
do shit,
Well,
and you
she
won't have to
said,
worry
well, they
about it.
do say that she had some people that were innocent and she wouldn't let them repeal their case. So, I mean, what do you say to that?
Well, being that, sh- I mean, she's not the judge. They still have to follow laws.
Do they?
If an individual want to appeal on his case, they can move forward with it. So they ain't got that much power. They still have to go through different houses, right?
I mean, technically, yes. Technically. I mean, there's backdoors to everything. Apparently, we're all learning that now. So, hell, we're all learning. You know what I will say. This Trump is one gangsta ass person. He really is because
Because he say what he want to say.
that too, and he got all his thugs all federal charges with these pardons. I'm like, let me
Period.
get one. So,
Okay. I know your I know your phone froze for a minute.
nah, I know it's still for we having a little technical difficulties. As long as you can still hear me, that's good.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. So we're coming to the end with these stimulus checks. Biden won, we already know that. Now we got the $600 stimulus check that's come out, right? They're supposed to come out, and then he wants to be like, oh, I don't want to sign this because you know what? I want $2,000. Now he knew for a fact what's the name wasn't gonna go for it and try to block that. And I know it was a last ditch effort, but I really feel like he wants to burn the house down on his way out.
Hey, you I said that same thing. I'm like, okay. He said Trump said 600 was enough. He's like, let me go ahead and do 2,000. Even though they blocked it, they moved it forward. But Trump still got a little bit of time. I mean, I feel like Trump, he gonna try to do as much as he can, you know. But I feel like Biden, because if I'm not mistaken, he used to work with Trump. Am I correct?
No, well, none that I know of, none that I can recall. I have to look
I
into
thought he
that.
was in the office with Trump.
I don't know. There we go. So this is we're at the end. Trump tried his last hail mary, that $2,000. Tried to look like a hero, but he didn't. So what are your expectations? I'm sorry. What are your expectations for 2021? Where do you see this year going? Where do you see yourself in the new year? And what are your hopes for it?
Well, I have to say, first and foremost, I'm not God. So I can't really predict what's going to happen. What I would like to see, though, I would like to see, you know, unity. I would like to see what the president should be doing for co- the co- for America. All right. If you're gonna be the president, you represent America. It need to be such as I feel they need to really bring unity in. I feel like they really need to really be teamwork. And I feel like it starts with them by being an example because they are in higher leadership. I feel like if they show things and they do things, maybe it can change some things around. Now that's just my opinion. I know everyone have their own opinion. I also know everyone, have their own different mindset. I just want to see something different. I want to see everyone coming together. I want to see people really working together and being team players. I really, really want to see even black people come together and really work together in unity. But I feel like it starts with leadership. It
Okay.
starts with leadership.
They say that now that Biden's going to be in office, it's basically business as usual prior to Trump. Politics, all the backdoor politician. People only voting for things because they get what they want out of the deal. And I totally get that. I mean, one hand washes the other. So, but I feel like what I want to see is put us first for a change. Stop worrying about what you can get for yours or whatever. Just take the L sometimes. Just take the L and stop trying to minimize shit. Just do what's best for the people. You know.
Yeah.
As far as like overseas drama that's happening overseas that was happening in 2020 going into 2021, like y'all need to do something with Russia. Either become friends with them or assassinate the other dude or something because this ain't
I
working
feel
no
you.
more. This ain't working no more. Jobs. Let's get on jobs for 2021. Where do you see that going? Like, because we're losing them not just to Corona, we're losing them to robotics, and I feel like you got to put a cap on it.
I mean, like real fast, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Personally, I feel that how in the world can you even get jobs out here and you want to have robots
That's
to
true.
do the people job when there is no jobs out here really like that. One, I feel like they really need to work on minimum wage. They should never expect a grown person to work for 10, 11, $12 an hour. I feel like minimum wage should be 15, you know?
I mean, if that's the case, but now when they raise minimum wage to $15 an hour, some truck drivers make $15 an hour. What about them? Now, do they get a raise?
I feel like they definitely should get a raise. I feel like they're driving, they are transporting merchandise
Yeah.
for the company. They need, I mean, you got to think about a truck driver. If I'm on the road 14, 15 hours to take care of some merchandise to someone for, come on, come on, give me some more money, you know?
I hear that, but it's just like I,
I'm
something
going
needs
to
to
give
be
you some.
done. But you know what? I thank you for doing this interview. So
Thank you.
I'm gonna get out of here live. We're gonna go ahead and run to somebody else. But we'll come back to you in the future for more questions. This is Forbidden on Meet Me, so if y'all like it, go ahead and download the app, find her. It's FORBIDDEN and favor her and drop a gift.
Favor me and
Favor.
drop a gift. Period.
But
Yeah.
everything is designed. It's just everything is designed and has a plan has already been set in stone and written for.
I mean, people can make plans. I mean, even the Bible says, man makes plans and God laughs. So, I mean, you can make all the plans you want. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to actually follow that route.
Did you not hear my diabolical laugh?
I did hear your diabolical laugh. I ignored it. So let's go ahead and move on. 2021. What are your hopes? What are your ambitions? What are your dreams for 2021?
I don't live for a year. I live every day. Listen, I'm with you. I
But you
know.
have to admit this year has been unique in multiple ways. So that's what I'm saying. Are you hoping we do better this year? Hope we might forget it. The
No,
ambition is just to move forward as a people.
no, no,
Not even?
no. And know why? Because I
Why?
ain't built up about it. Because if it took for such a major situation as such as this COVID-19 to happen,
Yeah.
what makes you think they're gonna get it?
You know what? With great
What?
destruction comes progress. Every destruction, every great calamity, there's always been a great push of progress afterwards.
That's just I'm gonna take it way back now.
Okay.
What happened with all this sadness and all this going on? Should have came, great things after all of this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When slavery was here, when slavery happened, what happened to the great all of that?
Well, we did get great black people out of it. The first heart surgeon, Vivian Thomas, the guy who
Exactly.
invented the telephone, the traffic light. We got civil rights, good black owned businesses.
And so I'm going in that aspect, yes, there was a lot of great black powerful people that came up out of those situations.
Hmm.
But what I mean is, with all of the slavery that was going on back then, with all of the racism that was going on back then, you see what we didn't get to see it per se. We
Yeah.
was able to read about it. We was able to hear about it. We was able to hear stories from grandmothers and grandfathers and aunts and uncles that were back then in that time, knowing that all of this was going on. What happened to the great things that we should have came together as a people to prevent it from still continuously happening today?
That's where you get people being divided and being selfish.
Granted, right? But if it was already division and selfish, self,
Selfishness.
yeah, I could say thank you.
You're welcome.
It was all of that going on back then. Why didn't we as a
It
people?
wasn't as much.
It was. It make well that we didn't know of. Yes, it was. But that we knew of, it wasn't brought out in the forefront of it.
Okay.
Forefront, our ancestors brought out. Yeah, Uncle Tom got 10 lashes because he didn't do this. But at the end of the night, we was all gonna come together, sit by the bonfire. We was gonna have beans and hog maws and shit together.
Except for the light skinned ones, they was in the house.
Yeah, they was in the house being raped and beaten and all this other shit. No damn, ain't
What
that
was
bad?
that?
A car capture.
Oh, okay. That was a drive by. Thought it was a drive by.
What I'm
Yeah, we
saying,
doing drive bys on this podcast, y'all.
only on the Black Folks podcast we
All on the
do it.
Black Folk podcast. We ain't editing nothing out.
I'm saying is like, yeah, all of this is happening. Yes, all of this is going on. But when are we as people going to get it together and sit the fuck still and come together? And when we come together, not have an ulterior motive behind it.
It- we as human beings are going to always have ulterior motives. Always.
Why?
It's built into your nature. Everybody's always looking, not everybody, but for the majority, it's always looking for some kind of come up. Even when you do when you do public service or volunteer at the homeless shelter, you may not know it, but you're doing it for self gratification to say, I did this. It made me feel good. Me is always in it. Not that you made them feel good. You made yourself feel good.
Well, see, I guess it's just me because I do certain shit and I don't do it for self gratification because I don't care about self
That's why I
gratification.
said some, not all. I said some, not
That's
all.
why I'm agreeing to that.
Okay.
It's
So
just it's me
it's
that
hard for people to come together, especially when you have generations of division. You have
it's
intermarried.
all
You
of this.
have different cultures. Everybody see things, different religions coming together. Like if you like people think if we're gonna come together as black folks, then we all gonna become Muslims. Nah, I like Jesus. I don't care what nobody say.
At the end of the day, Yahweh, uh, Buddha, Yahweh, Buddha, uh, Aretha, whoever the hell is Aretha,
Eureka.
all that shit. At the end of the day, all that shit is one God. You just decided as you was coming up, your parents and your ancestors decided that they was gonna call him Yahweh. They was gonna call him Salam. They was gonna Salam Alaikum and all that. Yeah, that's fine. Your belief is your belief. But at the end of the day, everybody got to answer to one God and one God alone.
Mm.
Disagree with me, that's your choice. That's your prerogative. That is just how I was born. That's how I was raised. And that's how it's going to be for me.
So for you in 2020, I'm sorry, 2021, nothing really changed. It's just another day, another year, going and past.
Right. I'm just
Okay.
making because I don't like everybody. I was okay at one point. I was with everybody making the
That
oh
wretched ass New Year, New Me shit.
New Year, new me.
That's so fucking annoying. Live.
And I'm gonna do that. What's up? Like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. All right. No, because at the end of the day, yeah, I'm gonna say 2020, oh, 2021, gonna do me, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, we in 2021 and I ain't did none of that shit the fuck yet. And I understand it's only the first day, but
She said, "Ara." Oh shit.
I'm just saying, I'm too. I think I'm beyond realistic when it comes to certain things.
I don't think
And
so. I think a person that has an understanding of oneself is the best. It's like if you understand yourself, my hat off to you, because a lot of people don't really understand themselves. They'll always tell themselves, "Oh, I would never do this." I'm like, no, you would get put in that situation, and then
I'm
you'll really find out when that pressure on. You find out who you are. That's when just like in 2020, a lot of people that were considered cowards were heroes. Like when that pressure on, heroes become cowards, and cowards become heroes.
well, see,
So
I became neither because I'm the one that's gonna walk the fuck off and leave you there. I don't. I'm not scared, but I ain't going down that road for you.
she ain't shit. Oh man, she ain't shit.
Go ahead. I'm gonna be that one that's gonna encourage you do it all. Yes, go ahead, do it. Mhm. But
Damn.
make sure that
Wow. Well, y'all heard it from Miss Pretty Eyes on Meet Me. If y'all come download this app, make sure y'all come find her. Her tag is W2TS Pretty Eyes. Make sure y'all hit her with a favorite. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next candidate of this 2020-2021 interviews and seeing where people are at. Hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and go ahead and hit up that merch store. See what you like. We make everything: phone cases, pillowcases, shirts, pillows, hoodies, phone. We do it all. We do it all. All right. We got one more for you. Her name is Miami Honey. Yes,
Ooh.
she lives exactly where her name says, Miami. But don't be going looking for her because y'all gonna fall in love. I'm telling you. When y'all come on Meet Me, make sure y'all find her, favorite her, drop some gifts. We take EBT gifts, we take jets, dragons, and everything else over here. You feel me? So without further ado, Miami Honey, welcome, love. It's nice to see you again on here.
It's nice to be seen. What's
Thank
up? What's
No,
up?
no, no. I seen your little commercial you had on TV and shit. You looking all
Oh,
professional. You looking all
oh,
professional. I do like it that you're working with what do you call it, the mayor. So congratulations, doing big
yes,
things. We see. She throwing up
yes.
heart
I
emojis.
was that actually came out of nowhere. Like that came out of nowhere, and yes, I was in a commercial for the new mayor of Miami-Dade County. What's up?
She
Representing
moved.
Miami Honey.
Right. So since we going into a little politics, we moving up in life. I gotta ask your opinion. Well, how did you do overall 2020?
I can't lie. 2020, even though like as a whole it was a crappy year for many reasons, I definitely saw the most like strides, and I had a lot of amazing things happen to me in 2020. So it's kind of like it's just bittersweet. I don't know. It's been a good year, but it's been a good year wrapped up in shit, if
True,
that makes
true,
sense.
true. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get the good out the way because I know this year had a lot of bad. So we're gonna go ahead and get the good out the way. Highlight the best thing that happened to you.
Oh, you know what? To be quite honest, For 2020, the best thing that probably happened to me was getting on live and starting to stream.
So just like meeting new people, or just getting out there. Period.
I would say, well, it's a combination of all those of that, of meeting new people, finding a new confidence in myself, like, finding a voice for myself, finding a space online that is like purely for me and it's like what I created to
Okay.
be. And so and then seeing success in that. So taking the step out against fear to put myself out here and stream,
Okay.
and then getting a positive response from that. So um,
I mean, what kind of response were you thinking you were going to get?
I didn't know what the heck I was gonna get. I remember the first time, the first stream, the first time I was ever gonna go live. Like I was so nervous. I just knew like, okay, I'm gonna have like two people in here, and they're gonna be two people I know. It was probably gonna be you
Yeah.
and like one other person. So I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't. I know what I wanted, but I didn't know what I was gonna get. So I just kind of like threw it in the air, and I was like, however this goes, that's how it goes. So.
So COVID. So you COVID. It really did spike social media. It really spiked just streaming in general, podcasts, YouTube, stuff like that. So when you seen regular people doing it, and we've been doing it for a while. We've been doing YouTube for a while. We've been doing podcasts for a while. But when you seen people like Megan Thee Stallion, Lil Wayne, Ti, 50, Ray J hop on apps like this where normal people are trying to make it, because this app pays you if you get a certain amount of diamonds. So when you see them hop on here, how did it make you feel? Like, why you coming on our shit? Kind of a feeling.
You know what? It's easy to have that feeling, right? Initially, I did, and my initial reaction was like, "Damn, y'all just go home or something." You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, "Why here?" But honestly, one thing that this whole pandemic taught me was that, you know, we literally like we all can get it the same. So the people that were held up, as celebrities or put on pedestals, to me, y'all got hit just like we did. I think it was
No, I
humbling
don't
for a
agree
lot.
with that. I don't think they got hit like we did, because I feel their reality is totally different. It's like say Lil Wayne's out of a job, I'm out of a job. I'll be on the street faster than his ass would. I'm pretty sure he has a stock portfolio and stuff like that. Their misery is not our misery. I mean, I
Okay,
understand they
so
grew up in the hoods and stuff like that, but still, you're not gonna suffer. They're like, oh, you
okay, I
can't get on your private jet this time.
no, that's true. Now I agree with that to an extent. And what let me clarify what I mean. Essentially, the I'm looking at it a bit more, I guess, on a surface level. So uh man off the street A lost his job, celebrity A lost his job. At the end of the day, both of those people lost their streams of income. At the end of the day, we all are
Right.
losing people, to this. At the end of the
But
day, we all could catch that shit. At the end of the day, we all had to stay in the house
right.
together. Now, some of us had more of a more comfortable quarantine than others, but the bottom line is we all had to sit down. We
Do you
all
know?
had to sit down.
I agree with you, and I disagree for the simple fact. Like one of the people in your comments, OJ said, Weezy just sold his masters for $100 million. That's $100 million in his pocket. Now, he can go sit on the island, and he can be outside on that whole 1,000-acre island if he wanted to. So again, just like
Right?
those princes and princesses in Dubai, they have their own private island. When this COVID happened, a lot of people went to their private little spots that we can't fucking do. So they got their movie theaters, they got this. So they really don't have that confinement. Versus you got Susie Homemaker over here stuck in the house with 5 fucking kids and somebody else's kids and shit. And she about to pull her fucking hair out and drink the NyQuil her fucking self.
That's true. But in any scenario, at any point in time, you could pocket watch. You can look at somebody else's scenario and say, "Oh, that must be better because they have X, Y, and Z."
Yeah.
But one thing I can say for myself, and the reason I say we all were on the same level is because even leading up into the pandemic or whatever, I was always kind of like tapped into, spiritual advisors or people who just, they think in a different realm. They think out supernaturally and
Oh,
whatnot. And one of those people were saying, "Hey, get your home together.
Yeah.
Like next year, 2020 is going to be a shit show. Get your homes together. There's going to be a shaking. The pharmaceutical, the medical industry. We didn't know what the hell. I didn't know what she was talking about, but I heeded her
Yeah.
advice. And let me just say, I made it a point to make my home my sanctuary, right?
Okay.
So during this whole pandemic, I have to say I was comfortable in the sense that I had everything I needed in my house. And thank God I was able to actually work remotely, work from home too. So I think it's all about perspective. So I can say, well, yeah, I'm in here in my 2 bedroom. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in a mansion, like whatever, whatever. But this is my sanctuary. This is my island. This is
Okay.
my
So let's
peace.
bring
So
up.
that's what
So let's bring
we
up the
all.
Let's bring up the super mega church. John Osteen got a $4.4 million tax cut. So your opinions on that one? Since he got 4.4, I'm pretty sure he should hand that back to the most needy because from what I remember reading, Jesus is your example, right? So shouldn't he
So
took
you're
that
saying, to be clear, he received a
four point
four
four million
million.
dollar $4.4 million tax cut? Like remember how people getting that money back for taxes and stuff
Oh,
like that?
okay, okay, got you,
That was
got you,
his
got you,
stimulus check. That was his stimulus check. 4.4 mil.
got you. Yeah, Joel Osteen, he's always going to get that. All these mega churches, they're always going to get that. And you know what? The point is, you just have to learn the system. To me, that's what it is. Like those of us who don't know how the system works just needs to find out how it works because all of these rules and whatever are put in place for certain people to break, right? Certain
Yeah.
people know how to get around them. They know the words to say. They know who to connect with. And I just feel like if we're just talking about like black people or whatever, we just need to tap into that.
Well, I remember somebody just told me this yesterday. There's a woman I had interviewed yesterday. She said that American Express was giving out link cards now, but they didn't specify if you had to pay that money back. There were link card, debit cards, or whatever that they were giving out to people, but it wasn't
Okay.
specified that you had to give it back. Now she received $300. That's $300 more than what she had. Now, me personally, if I would have got that $300, I would have invested it and flipped it. So you guys, we want to go ahead and take a quick pause right quick to welcome everybody to the podcast, the One Mic Radio podcast. We are in here with Miami Honey Live. So, like I said, if y'all don't meet me, POL, Tinder, whatever. Is it, no, I'm sorry, Scout, not Tinder. Come look up, hit her with a fave, and draw some gift. We want to say hi to Royal. We want to say hi to Follow Smoke. We want to say hi to OJ and everybody else that came here. T, welcome to the podcast. We're doing a quick interview. I don't mean to hog her box. We're just doing a quick interview real quick. So let's go ahead and hop back into it. All right. So
Well, Father Smoke said something interesting. He said it's not wrong that Joel got that money. It's just
what
wrong
he
what he
did with it?
chose to do after. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not wrong that he got. It's wrong to what he did with it. That's my thing. But next, well, since we're going that route, President Trump.
Hmm.
I'm not saying he's a good president. And I asked this question to a few other people. But name me
Okay.
two things that were good that he did, either
Mm,
either on purpose or inadvertently.
directly. Well, I don't know exactly what the legislation was, but I do know that whatever he did, it allowed for the young black men, like my family members who might have been off track,
Yeah.
who might have a criminal history, who might not have been able to have the consistent work. Whatever he did, he created an environment for those young men to thrive. And I saw it with
Did
my
he,
own
or was
brother.
it his cabinet that did it?
I don't know who did it. I just
Exactly.
know this presidency allowed for people who look like my brother, who are young black men, young black males who have criminal records. It gave them an opportunity to get a leg up, to get, um, like working and just to get back on their feet financially, especially what he did with the HBCUs,
Hold on. Let's go
yeah.
back to it. A lot of people don't know what that is. What is the HBCU? Go ahead and clarify. What is that?
Okay, the historically black colleges and universities. Well, at this point, he did have Omarosa leading that part of his cabinet.
Yeah.
But she was able, so I'm not going to say him,
Yeah.
but she was able to secure, I think, the largest federal donation to the historically Black colleges and universities that we've had either in history or just like in modern, more recent times.
Okay.
So, I would say that like a lot of people I know are eating that who weren't eating before.
But a lot of people are being evicted at a stunning rate. A lot of people are unemployed, not getting unemployment checks. We had to take that pause. Um, my view was the two things that he did was we always knew racism was here. It was always on this bubbling under the surface, but he really brought it to the forefront. And now we really know. Like this generation knows, hey, maybe that person wasn't really your friend. The second thing is he exposed a lot of loopholes in the Constitution. He exposed a lot of loopholes in the law, and he showed you just exactly how rich people exactly act and think, and what they really think of you as a person.
Exactly.
So I would say those things. I know it's more than two, but I would say those things are good because it helps our perception. Oh, you can go
That's
ahead and
their
read.
job.
You can go ahead and read your comments if you want to. If you want to, but you gotta
Yeah.
T.
So T's in here. He says that he gave a lot of Black colleges. He gave to a lot of Black colleges. He pardoned a lot of Black people, and he also convinced a lot of countries to pay up, what they owe. And people kind of look at his character to minimize what he's done.
Yeah.
And he says, but lawyers, lawyers find loopholes. That's what they do. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, and what connected to what you're saying, Marcus, is like he just like made everything transparent, in my opinion. So like if you ever wonder if, like, let's say your politicians, your senators, do they care about you? Hell no, they won't even give your ass $1,200 for a fucking, we out here suffering and they will not even give your ass $1,200. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like
And
he did
all
that to
these
make what's the name look bad. His loyal Mitch
people,
McConnell friend, just like he turned on Mike Pence. A lot of
it
shit.
doesn't even matter. Like, it doesn't even matter why he did it. But at the end of the day, you cannot say that you don't know who these people are and you don't know, like, if whether they stand for you or against you, because now, like, and even like your neighbors, like my neighbor across the street, this lady, I've known this lady because I grew up in this neighborhood. I've known that lady my whole life, and now she has Trump signs all over
Wow.
her house. Not to mention, she took the time to actually paint "All Lives Matter" in front of her gate.
Dang.
Okay,
You know,
I've
hey
known this
guys,
woman my whole life, so
yeah,
now I know who she
we're
is.
gonna do something real quick because I feel like T has something he wants to say, but he can't type
Mhm.
it all. So we're gonna let T in the box real quick, and I'm gonna give you guys to have a chance to hear what he has to say. So T, if you ready, let me know.
Okay, everybody who's coming into the stream, T, just go ahead and request. I'll let you in. We
Okay.
are actually
So
a podcast right now, with Loe Marcus, and you'll be able to find the link to the podcast in his bio, as well as my Meet Me bio. So P, go ahead and request the box so you can come in and share your piece.
all right, T is coming onto the
Okay, my
stage.
Miami honey, she just came in, and I'll put the link in there. And Marcus, if you favorite that bio too, you can send the link to me.
You said
T,
send my
let's
piece.
hear it.
So, nah, but speaking on what you were saying about Trump and everything he's done, like I was saying, a lot of people like to minimize his. They like to use his character to minimize what he's done. Like in life, we all don't like people we just don't like. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if they're getting the job done, in that aspect, you have no choice but to respect the man. Like you just said with your neighbor, that now they got Trump flags everywhere all over the house. I've seen a lot of people convert like that. I live in a
Mhm.
neighborhood right now where there was pretty much all Democrats, seriously. And now
Mm.
there's Trump flags everywhere. And I'm talking about black, Latins. I'm down here, in Orlando. I live behind Disney World. So I've seen it with my own eyes. And me personally, to go back to the politics, how can we expect anybody? I always tell people this: if you look at politics, it's just a game, man. How can we expect any of these white and black folks who come from upper livings to make decisions for the common folks? Because at the end of the day, when they leave Congress and they leave that Senate, they're going to chauffeurs. And when they get in that car, they asking them, "Where would you like to go this evening?" They're being chauffeured wherever they need to go while we still out here struggling. Like I've been blessed to keep my good well-being. I live comfortable, whatever, whatnot. My job, I didn't get laid off, but I know a lot of people who done. And in that aspect, I've tried to help people out during these hard times. So I've been given. I've been given a whole lot. You know what I mean? But at the same time, how can we expect these people to make these decisions for us? They think about this. When was the last stimulus check? And I ain't even get it. I ain't gonna front. I ain't even get it. But when was the last one? Damn near a year ago, right? But these people sitting up here playing with people's lives, knowing people losing jobs, their homes, can't pay their bills. I mean, we got a little tent city down here in Orlando, downtown, where we got nothing but homeless people, hundreds of tents out there just sitting, you know what I mean, up on the overpasses and shit. People are losing their homes, losing their livelihood. You understand what I'm saying? But these people are making it seem to y'all that they're actually helping us. They making it seem to y'all like, oh, we're actually working for the American people. You're not doing nothing for us. You're sitting up there laughing at us. You're giving us smoke and mirrors pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, in order for us to get right and to correct this problem, we need to come together. We can't expect this government to save us because they're not. People getting $600. What the fuck is that gonna do? Literally, people have been off for work, and excuse my language. People have been off for work for damn near the whole year, but they giving you $600. They giving you $600 when you got countries like Canada paying their citizens $2,000 a month since this happened. You know what I'm saying? No question. It's supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave, though, right? This supposed to be the land of the free, though. Y'all think about that. This supposed to be. Don't get me started on America, y'all. Don't get me started.
No,
You
but
know what
that's
I'm
true.
saying?
That's the
But
rules. That is the rules. That is the rules right there. Like, and I don't know who
you
said
know,
it, but I'm saying it's just a distraction. All the politics, the
it
Republicans versus
is.
Democrats, it's a
It's
distraction.
they're
Oh, we hate Trump.
pawns. They're
Okay,
pawns,
hell.
man.
But what is he doing for us? What is he
That's
doing
it.
for you?
Listen, and everybody
And
wanted to say Obama did this and that.
oh,
I don't
Lord
get
have
into
mercy.
that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't. I understand people want to support because yes, he's black or whatever, whatnot. But he had a so-so presidency, and I tell everybody there has not been a perfect president, and I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me who. Every president that has their run-ins, every president that has their problems. You know what I mean? There has never been a perfect president. We're not gonna like him, and they not gonna like us. That's how it's always been. It's been made to segregate the people. It's been made to It's been made to make you choose sides. You know what I mean? There is no in the middle. It's either left or right. Everybody that runs, they put out there for us, and we gotta choose. We don't really have a choice. It's A or B. You know what I mean? You stuck with either option A or option B, or
This
option C never
election
get
taught us
chosen.
that, right? This election
You know
taught
what I
us
mean?
that more than
Right.
option.
Hey, listen, I've been knowing that. Listen, I'm almost 40 years old. I've been knowing that for the past 20 years, man. The last president I did vote for was Al Gore, but then when everything happened with the rig the vote shit in Florida and I had to go to the polls 3 times, I said, fuck it. You know what I mean? I still pay my taxes. I'm an American citizen. But as far as that voting, nah, I haven't.
Yeah.
And if I would have voted, I ain't gonna front. I probably would have voted for Trump. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Because Biden
Uh,
getting it. How can y'all respect? I, again, I don't want to get on nobody's views and who, because I really don't like talking about politics. Because I've seen politics tear at home. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But at the same time, people, like I tell everybody, Obama's presidency was Biden's way into the presidency. They all
right.
got favors. They all owe favors to one another. Everybody think that he just running because he want to run. Nah, man, these people owe people. You know what I mean? They owe favors. Obama got him. This shit has been set up for years. This stuff has been planned, plotted, and strategized for years. They already know who the president gonna be 20 years down the road from now. Y'all
Okay,
think
T.
that?
Hold on, T. Because I actually want to have a whole live on this. T, what you saying, Marcus? I want to get you back in here so you could make sure you get
Yeah,
all your
Marcus, you can get
questions.
back in. You can get back in.
And then when that's done, T, what you talking about? We need to get into that because people don't even know that every single president that we've had, with the exception of I think one, they are all related through blood,
Oh,
including
listen,
President Obama. Through blood,
listen.
people. Through blood.
I
Don't get
know
it
a lot
twisted.
about this. Listen, I know a lot
Yeah, I
about
see how
this,
easy it
man.
is to get
Plus, with
veered
my
off.
job, because I'm an engineer for Fuji Films, and I go around and I work with a lot of movie sets and all of that stuff. So I see a lot of backdoor
You heard
stuff.
what
You know what I
I
mean?
said.
Like I see a lot of things up under the table that people just don't know.
Okay.
Like, it's
Okay.
some crazy stuff. You
And I
know
used
what
to
I
work
mean?
in the entertainment industry. And let me tell you,
Right.
the entertainment industry and
There you
politics,
go.
they like this.
They're
The
like
movie
this.
industry, TV,
tied like this.
46, like
Yes, yes.
so.
If people don't know that, man, I can tell y'all some stuff about studios, but unfortunately, I signed a disclosure for my job. But
Look, you can nod your head,
hey,
whatever. People probably tell it to you, be like, "Hey,
hey,
is it this? Is
listen,
it this? Is it this? Is it this?
listen. I'm
Did that
telling you,
happen?
man. I've been doing this the past 15 years, man. I've been all over the world. I've seen. Listen, y'all. The entertainment industry, like she said, and politics, they're all tied. They're all neck and neck. And that's what I was telling you when I said earlier. They all owe favors. And if people think it's just the oil industry, it's just technology. Nah, the entertainment industry. Why do y'all think so much has gotten passed in the past 20 to 30 years to where musicians can say what they want to say? They can put butt naked people in the pen commercials. They got panties. I mean, everything is set. Yeah, listen, man. This stuff again has been planned, plotted, and strategized, and everything,
Wow.
believe it or not, is leading to the entertainment industry. Facts, facts. Hey, the
Oh,
CIA, listen, man, don't get
smoke
me
static,
follow the smoke. The
smoke,
CIA
smoke.
runs everything. The CIA runs it all. I mean, bro, they've been trafficking drugs through our countries for the past 100 years, man. How you think we got our money? Selling drugs to other countries give us drugs, we give them weapons. They tear their own countries down. Facts. And I live behind Disney. Don't get me started on
Oh,
Disney.
come on. Come on, it starts
listen,
with the kids. It starts with the car.
you know,
That's why they put, oh, we gotta have the first in the cartoons. We gotta do this.
listen,
They gotta
the
start with your
entertainment
kids. By the
industry
time your
again.
kids get to our age, they're gonna be thinking totally different. That's how it works. That's why
Right,
if you
right.
talk, if you were born between, if you were
Damn, you went a
born
whole nother
before,
route.
I would give you to like 1990 as a stretch. Before then, your mind, you can rise above that, and you can really, it's easier for you to see things that we're talking about. You're not gonna reject it
Hey,
as easily. But if you was born after
right.
that, they already got your ass with the technology. That
I'm
means you was
telling
born
you, they
before
got you. They
with
got you.
the
And
tablet.
OJ, and listen, OJ Canseco just hit a home run. You just hit a home run because I don't know if people know who Jose Canseco is, but you just hit a home run with that one, though, dog. You know what I mean? And that's another thing too. I have to see it on a daily basis, damn near, for
Said
being
ding
my
ding
job,
ding.
how they demasculate us. But
Marcus
this
said,
has been
"Hold
something
on,
they've
you
been
got
wanting to do to us for a long, long time. For a long time, man. And I say it all the time. In my coming up era, we never seen the type of kids with the clothes that they wear now.
Right.
And what's crazy is that, oh, I know a lot, bro. And what's crazy is that now, if you notice that people are more accepting of how these kids dress. Now, it's not the fact that
Right.
they like it, but they're more accepting of it, and they're more accepting of it because society has told them that if you're not, we're going to discriminate
more
against
than
you.
Which is true.
We're going to discriminate against you. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I don't like how you dress and I don't like how this little man holding himself, he got a purse, he got tight jeans on, he walking like a lady, he talking like a lady. Even though I don't like that, I still got to go with the status quo and say, okay, you can do what you do. You know what I mean? But listen, at the same time, like I tell everybody, we're all responsible too for letting this go down because we're allowing it. I mean,
absolutely.
we're
We are
allowing it. We
currently
are
standing
allowing it. We
by
are allowing
watching
it.
this happen. We are standing on the sidelines watching this shit unfold in front of our eyes. I
Bro,
knew that we were going to be a society where respect doesn't matter and then morals and ethics are out the window.
Of
And this is
course.
a
listen.
stretch, but I promise you it connected in my brain. When music turned to, like, these the little bubblegum hip hop, and the dudes, the young rappers were coming out with their pants, and they was disrespecting all the old heads. Because
Right,
we all follow what's in front of us on the TV, and we follow that. So you got these young niggas in making millions of dollars at the top of their game on the charts, publicly disrespecting the people that
right.
came before them. And
Right.
nobody's not like, y'all
All
niggas,
day.
what are y'all doing?
Yeah,
And you got
nobody's
these
saying
kids.
nothing.
Nobody said nothing. Like, nobody checked them. Nothing.
Nothing.
I said, oh shit,
Nothing.
this got to get out of control. Because you talking about these young
Right,
dudes don't care about the old heads no more. Y'all talking about y'all old, y'all don't matter. Y'all not respecting age. I said, okay,
right.
giving the power to the youth. Youth don't know what the fuck going on. Then they gonna
They
tell the
don't.
youth
Dang.
what they gonna give them the power. Then they gonna
They
guide
just
them to
took
make
over this
stupid
podcast.
decisions and run
Damn.
us into the fucking
But
ground.
it's really good.
They
That's
are gonna
that's what
run us
I'm
into the
on.
ground,
I'm gonna let
man.
them
They are gonna
ride.
run us into the ground. And people don't even understand that we are destroying our culture with inside the culture. And but this is the thing, they've
Yes,
infiltrated,
exactly. Like
and
like a
yes,
Trojan horse.
like a Trojan horse, we spamming ourselves out. And
Yes.
and all they did was just throw that shit inside of our culture and we took off with it. You know what I mean? But OJ, you said some real stuff though. I had a guy hit on me about let me see, about 7, 8 months. I still had my dreads then. Let me see, about 7, 8 months ago, I want to say. And I had to tell my son after that happened because he was with me.
Oh
I was
no.
like, damn, old me would have been the fucked him up. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The old me really would have just, you know, punished him. Okay. This me, I had to be more reserved because, like he just said, if you look at the comments, what OJ just said, he was like, if a man hit on him, who gets in trouble? And
Right.
that's what I had to think about. And that's what I had to think about. Even though this man violated my space, I
Yeah.
really had to think about who's gonna get in trouble. And now, and like I told somebody about last year, I said, listen, in 2030, all straight people and everybody who believe in man and woman, we're gonna be the minority in the world. It's just a fact. We are gonna be the minority. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So shit is about to change. What you laughing for, Marcus?
I watched an interview where someone was telling us women that we're not women. We need to call ourselves what they say, we need to call ourselves damn bi, not even biologically women. It was something that I need to call now. I'm not a woman. Like I have to call myself like a cis woman or some shit. Like shit get out of hand where they
Right.
try to take my just my whole femininity and tell me what I am because I'm a this type of woman and not that type of woman. Like it's out of control. That's a whole
Right.
nother
It
whatever.
is out of control. I mean, even like I see it even more so with the women now. Women are more aggressive. You know what I mean? Like towards other women. Like I see this, being at the job I have, I see this. They're like men now. They come to a woman and approach a woman like a man would come to a woman. And so if you just really sit back and observe how the world has just done a 360, it's
Yes,
like
it
either
has.
this shit gonna get cleaned up or it's gonna get a whole lot worse. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Okay, Marcus wants to get back
So
in.
all we can do,
Already.
got you. Here you go. No, no, no. I'm about to. I've been waiting on him to get back in. Come on.
Um, and
Let me get up out of
and let
here.
me tell you, this is all I could talk about. Marcus, don't worry, we are not going to run out of content, especially if we're talking about the industry and the connection with the gov and all that stuff. Like, there's so much to unpack. We just really tipping on jumping on little topics because there's so much to unpack. The stuff that we talked about is like there's like 5 topics in that stuff that we just mentioned. Marcus, you have to request. Oh, there it is. Greedy, thank you for the favorite. And OJ, yes, I did say every single president we've had, but think with the exception of one, they've all been blood related. That does include President Obama. He is blood related. He is a distant relative to Bush. He's a distant relative to Clinton. They are all related. So
Wow.
what he was saying about
Except
this
for
all
Kennedy,
being
unless he was the brother
and
nobody liked.
okay. But they all family,
um.
y'all. They not gonna let anybody up in there. That's why they move it the way they do.
Well, y'all heard that one. So it was a really interesting topic, and I feel like we probably should continue on that route. So I just came in to let you guys know we're gonna let T back in this thing because that man got something to say, and we're gonna go ahead and continue the podcast. But I'm gonna go ahead and let him take over from this point on, and then we'll close out when we. That was actually pretty hot. I like that subject. That was pretty hot. So T, you
Now
still
that's
here?
real shit. If we get back on that, that could go. Yo,
We might turn this into a. I might actually just delete every other, make this a whole separate podcast, and I'm gonna upload
don't
2
delete. Just
videos.
chop it up. Don't delete it. Just chop
No,
it
no,
up.
no, no, no. I'm gonna end up. Yeah, I'm gonna end up chopping it up. But yeah, this one might be a 2, 3 part series. So, T, if you ready, man, we're gonna go ahead and come back in this box. Honey, you can go ahead and read the content.
Hi, everybody. Hey, everybody coming into the live. Thank you for stopping by, you all. Um, we are actually filming a podcast right now with LOB Marcus. So, T, you can request the box. And right now we're just kind of talking about the industry and the ways of the world and all that jazz. Let's see. Okay, I don't know where T went. Oh, there he is.
All right, bring T back to the stage, y'all. or the mic.
Oh, snaps.
Marcus, feel free to guide the conversation in the comments if
Yeah,
you
he can
can.
guard the conversation. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, go ahead. What y'all talk? What y'all want to talk about?
No, we're gonna continue back
I'm
on what
coming
we're
right
OJ,
talking
now.
are
about.
you in here? I haven't even been reading the
I have,
comments for you all.
but now,
Okay.
yeah, I had left and came back,
Yeah.
so
No,
I
no,
can't
just
keep
keep
Okay.
going on
playing
what
this
we were
no
saying
more.
before.
No, I
Oh
had
no.
left that mistake. Yeah, but it's all good.
Okay. Well, OJ was talking about Lincoln and the like historically, you all, even if you go back to how they, abolished slavery, they always left the door open to still be able to have us in a chokehold. And
Right.
and if we talk about like and the only reason I know this is because my minor was African American studies, and I took this course that was called race and media. Okay. And so basically, the way the media has intertwined itself into our lives and into our government, it started with the first moving picture, which was Birth of a Nation. I don't know if y'all know that movie or
Right.
like look that shit up. But what they did was after they freed us, after they freed the slaves, okay, now you got free black men and free black
Exactly. I
women.
know where you're going.
Now they have to find, and
Hmm.
at this time, poor black people and poor white people, they were just poor. They connected on just being poor. It was not like, oh, I'm better than you or whatever. So there was a strategy put into place to make the poor white people feel like they have an edge up on the poor black people, kind of like what they're doing now. They put in the
Right.
poor against the poor instead of thinking, hey, this is a country that judges you based on your money, not based on your race. That racial component is a pure distraction, right?
It's a pure
So this
distraction.
Birth of a Nation in the movie. Now, mind you, this is the first time people are seeing like moving pictures. So think about the weight of that. You're looking at a screen and you've never seen that before. Okay.
Right.
So you see this movie. In this movie, they basically tell their fellow white men, "Hey, protect your white daughters from this black beast. These men are animals, and they want your pure white young girls, your daughters, your wives. You have to protect them from these men." And that's where it started. Where you got the police, the police, profiling, and that's where all that. I mean, of course, it started with slavery, but once we were free, this is how they
Right.
continue to separate us and keep us divided and keep us in the pits. Thank you for the favorite.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's pretty much what it is now. It ain't no difference in the office secretary smashing the boss. It's the same thing with the slaves, man. They seen a beautiful black woman.
Exactly.
They seen a beautiful black woman, and they moved into the house, and that's where the term house nigga come from, because it was always the ones who was not necessarily. Some of them was willing to give it up. Some of them it was just taken from, but some of them also sold themselves out to be in that house. You know what I mean? So, and this is coming from my great great grandmother, who was a slave, who died about 30 some years ago. And she always used to tell us stories about that stuff. How a bunch of black women did sell
See, that'd be
themselves
cool
out
to have
because
that.
they got tired of working in the fields and feeling peas and all of that good stuff to be in the house. So they would sell themselves out. And a lot of them you got pregnant, had 10 babies. Like she said, some babies got dumped in rivers. It's like she used to tell us
T, do
some
you go
stories that
live?
really, 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 had you in tears. You know what I mean? And man, I used to go live back in the days, man, but not no more. You know what I mean? You said the presidents love the young chicks. Listen, listen. It ain't just the
All
presidents,
of them
man. Listen, if
too.
you a man, all of them. You know what I mean? All of them. You know what I mean? But you know, touching back on what I was talking about. So that's the problem with us black folks here. Now I'm about to get off subject a little bit. That's the problem. What's been going on back then is still going on now. We can't base everything on them. See, right now everybody's looking for a handout, and we're looking for them to save us, like I told you earlier. When in fact, we've been selling ourselves out. That's what we do right now in the black community. We sell ourselves out, and we really, really, really need to stop doing that. We really need to stop doing that, because for us to come, they did that. They infiltrated us because they know we are the stronger culture. I believe we are. Yeah, I'm just gonna say everything comes from black. Like a man once told me, you can't make all colors from white, but you can get all colors from black. You know what I'm saying? So I believe everything comes from us. And I believe that they know that, which is why they hide a bunch of our history from us, which is why they feed us their bullshit, which is why as people we need to get our own knowledge and go out there and research and get our own knowledge that we need to seek and find for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Stop getting that stuff that they're feeding us because all they're doing is distorting our history. That's all they're doing. We need to go out there and reach for our history, man. And once you learn that, then you'll know our true purpose to be here on this earth. And they know our true purpose, which is why the sole purpose, why do you think we are the only culture that nobody really likes around the world? And I've gone around the world. Let me tell you something. The only place I really was show love to was China. That's because there's no black people in China. So they make you feel like a rock star over there. You get off the plane, they looking at you, they want to take pictures and all kind of shit. You know what I mean? But they still racist over there. But everywhere in the world, they're pretty much racist towards black people. You know what I mean? Why is that though? Why is that?
Okay.
Why do everybody hate us? Why do everybody hate us? Why do everybody hate us? Hate
What we
us.
do?
Every culture hates us. Right.
Why is
What do we
melanin?
do?
Why is melanin cost more per ounce per pound than gold?
Right.
Why does your
Right.
melanin, the melanin that these idiots on the TV screen
Hey.
are bleaching out so that we can want to bleach too? Why they doing that? And you know what,
And let
T,
me
what you talking about with these women who sell out? That is our celebrities. That is your Al Sharptons. That is your
facts.
Jesse Jacksons, y'all. The black people that they put in front of us as our quote unquote leaders, our political leaders, they are there as distractions. They are there because guess what? They get preferential treatment for being that fine Negro. And guess
Right.
what? They will sell us down the river because they get uplifted for doing so. OJ, you
Right. And I
talked
was
about
telling people,
Sarah
and if
Bartman.
you look,
Women need to stop all this twerking. That's the reason all the
right,
twerking is. That's why I have a issue with it at that level, because if y'all don't know, Sarah Bartman was a black woman. I think she was an African woman who had a very large exterior. Okay, and they actually put this woman on display like she was a circus animal, and they traveled with her to put her body. They would have her naked to put her body on display like this woman was an animal because she had, she had a black woman's body. So
right,
when you talk about all the images you see on your TV, when you talk about how in hip hop videos the women are mostly dark skinned when they naked and they popping their booty, and the woman who's popping her butt is gonna be dark skinned. The woman who's the girlfriend and who's kind of delicate, she's gonna be light skinned.
she's gonna
That's
be light
another
skinned. Right,
way
right,
they
right. And
divide
that's
us. As
they
a dark
divide
skinned
us.
woman, if you seeing a light skinned girl always getting treated well, guess what? You're gonna start feeling some kind of way
Hey,
about light skin. So now you got dark skin
and,
versus light skin.
right, and that's why us as black folks, as dark skinned people, you probably went through that in high school with the girls, the dark skinned girls. They didn't even like dark skinned boys. They like the light skinned boy. You know what I mean, and vice
Okay.
versa. So that's just what it is. That's what it is. But yeah, they've been wanting us, and like I was telling
Ooh,
everybody,
Big
don't get.
Baby. Look what Big Baby said. Big Baby said they use our sisters to lead their economic oppressive regime. It's on crisis and dangerous. Our Black American sisters are treading troubled water. That is exactly correct. And the linchpin hit in the 80s when they started that Section 8. When they
Right.
said to women, you cannot get this assistance if you have your man in the house.
And a man in the house, right? Listen, this stuff been
We
set up
fell
for us
for
to be
that
set up.
shit.
I mean, why you think a bunch of us? Listen, man, you go to the hoods, a bunch of black women, because I grew up in the slums. A bunch of black women don't even want to work because they don't want to risk losing their food stamps. You know what I mean? They don't want to risk losing their Section 8, so they minimize themselves and take a shitty ass job just so they can keep the food stamps and the Section 8. I mean, think they listen, man. They're pretty much telling us what to do, and we don't even see it. We don't even
That's
see it.
that's the thing. That's the thing. And T, what I was saying, OJ, what I was saying when I said, if you were born after the 90s, it's going to be more difficult for you. Though I really said that because there was a point where I could turn on my TV and I can see,
One second. Hold on
I
one
could
second.
see, okay, T. There was a point
I'm
in
right back. Hold
time
on.
when I was younger, I could turn on my TV and I could see a black family, a whole black family doing well. You know what I'm saying? Marcus, where are you? Marcus, you got to request it. Doing well, having great jobs, just living different, hanging with Mr. Cooper, Family Matters, Sister, A Different
Household
World,
shows.
One on One. Just like I could see black people on TV just being regular ass black. You know what I'm saying? Just regular black, not on some bullshit, not stabbing each other in the back, just
Right.
being black happy. I grew up on that. Okay, you got the
Wholesome
reruns.
show.
That's good.
Yeah, the wholesome shows, the real, the ones that make you want to reach for
Yes.
something, make you want to go to
So
college,
that
a different
reaffirms to me,
world.
yeah, I could be a regular black girl. I could go to college. I could be a lawyer. I could be a doctor. I could find the man of my dreams will court me like Dwayne Wade did. What's her name?
Who?
Uh, old girl from Different World.
Whitney.
Whitley. Like
Yeah,
I could see that. I could see Martin loving Gina. I could see Tommy loving on Pam. I could see that now.
you can't.
Smart.
Now it's love and hip hop. Everybody wants to be that
Now,
next.
yes, and y'all, that is on purpose. That be, and I when I talk to people about that, they really think I
But
just
you
be
know it's
like
a
super.
double-edged sword, though. It's a double-edged sword because while you're doing it to us, it spills over to your own society. Just like
What do you
when
mean?
it
No
was
love
meant
to
it was meant to downgrade black folks, right? But then
absolutely.
when other cultures see it, they think, oh shit, that shit cool. Now you got the white girls out there with the platinum hair. Before that shit was ghetto. Now it's acceptable. You can go to an interview with some platinum purple hair, and you'll get that job. I went to a job interview with a suit and tie. This dude came in there with a jeans and a ugly shirt. He got the job. I didn't.
Yeah, because that's why the what you call it,
Status quo
the
is messed up.
perceived. Yeah, boom, exactly. We all like all out of whack. We're all out of whack. And if you will notice now, mark my words, y'all. Remember, I was saying this. What you will see, what you are watching now is you're watching the masculine get squashed by the feminine. That's why the Me Too movement kind of kicked that off.
Yeah.
Now you're seeing like all your favorite male superheroes, they're gonna be women. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be this push for women to lead society, which for black women is already, to me, I cannot get on that boat because of course I love being a strong woman, but you're not gonna tell me that I need to lead my household, or you're not gonna tell me that I need to lead the men. Nah. You not no. You're not gonna have me. You're not gonna make it okay for us as women to not look to men, for support, for as like a backbone. Like
I
you're not
think
gonna do
when it
that.
comes to something like that, I believe we're both supporters. We are both backbones to each other. If we're in a field and you know more about that field than I do, then by all means lead. I'll be your support. My job is to knock down anybody that confronts you, and vice versa. If I'm in the field I know something about, you support me, and whoever. And your job is to knock somebody down, whoever
Yeah.
you know that that comes in between that. So with that being said, it's I mean it can go either way. Just, I don't know if
Hmm.
T like if you agree with me, T, OJ, if you agree, I'm not sure, but I really think that, as far as being leaders, is more so a team effort, not necessarily leading anything.
Nah, I don't. We a team, but I need my man to be the head of this damn household. Like I don't.
I mean, you
As
can be a head, but don't just be a dictator either.
Okay, no, absolutely not. That's no. But let me just tell you from the mind and the life of a independent black woman, like you leading all damn day. You leading your life, you're leading your job, you're being the leader. Sometimes we just want a break. You leading your kids. If you have kids, you gotta lead the kids' life. If you have a husband, you gotta lead that too, because you're doing cooking and all this other foolishness, whatever. But we want a break. Like, no, I want you to stand up and I want you to
Okay.
lead this.
Well,
Like, or if I guess if we're talking about like if the woman's the breadwinner type
yeah.
scenario.
I mean, but then like, again, like even though you're a breadwinner, I mean, would she be able to submit like that? Like, oh, if she's like, oh, can I buy this? He says no. In her mind's like, well, this is my money. That's like,
That's the tricky part about that,
it is a
Marcus. I'm
tricky
not gonna
part.
lie to you. It's very, very tricky, and you have to be very delicate with it. And I think what's key for that is that both people have to be realistic. Like
True.
as a man,
You need to know your lane. You need to know what your lane is.
thank you. That's it. Be
She gonna
realistic.
let
Like,
you
don't be.
pretend like you the head hoe and just don't take it too
I
far.
don't. Yeah, let's not pretend. Like, don't pretend. You know
Like
what I'm
you,
saying? Don't pretend.
I mean, T said he need to feel wanted.
Okay, but T, let her say that. Like, why
Oh
can't? Why
man.
y'all? Okay, if a woman says that I don't need you, this off my shit. But you know this woman loves you, and this woman has been there for you.
She's,
You know, like simmer that ego down a
but you
little
know what? Is
bit.
a good now you can have a perspective when a man says it to a woman that works, that stays home. Girl, this is my house. I pay the bill. Now you can go to that friend that says that to his woman and be like, hey, bro, chill. That shit don't feel nice. I mean, it feels worse for a guy because you're a man. Like, it's genetically implanted in some men, not all, some, that you need to provide.
And guess what? That woman in the scenario you talking about, guess what she do? She go call up her friend, be like,
And talk all kind of trash. And now her friend gonna tell her to
"Going
leave
nowhere."
you,
She not going nowhere. She's still gonna be there.
maybe.
So for y'all, men just have to get out. I feel like y'all egos just be like,
No.
and that's the thing. If y'all are going to agree to this like flip flop,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? The woman's the head or whatever,
Yeah.
then y'all need to agree wholeheartedly. Like that means that ego can't let you can't let your ego talk you into walking out because she talked a little shit. This
So,
her house. Who talk shit? Okay?
so,
I say all
eh,
these bills. I should be able to talk some shit without you running and crying and go trying to find another woman.
you know what? But, hey, this has been a good part. I know we were supposed to talk about 2020 and 2021, but we know we went not left, we went right, y'all. But it turned out to be an amazing ass podcast. So when this thing get posted, we gonna continue, but that's the end of this segment for y'all. So we gonna make another one. We're gonna have this shit
Hey.
ready for it. It's gonna be a continuation, y'all. So stay tuned. I appreciate everybody that participated. T, I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate all the stuff you came in with. Honey, thank you for doing the interview. We're gonna do one just Honey alone, because she know how to speak, unlike some people. I'm throwing shade. I'm throwing palm trees, shades, clouds, and whatever else that covers up the sun. OJ, thanks for showing up. Who else popped in that participated? Again, this is we're doing this on the app Meet Me. Again, you can follow them on Meet Me POL Scout. And if you come in, please favorite T, please favorite OJ, Miami Honey. Um, cool people to talk to. OJ, not so much. Yes, that was shade thrown at OJ because he ain't gonna take it seriously, but that shade thrown at OJ. And no, it is not OJ Simpson, just in case y'all was wondering. But I do appreciate y'all that stopped by. Man, we're gonna catch y'all on the next one.